Let's talk about stress, baby. Let's talk about you and me. I try to bring some levity into heavy topics when I'm facing them. And, recently I've felt a lot of stress, specifically stress that I've been putting on myself. And part of having a farm and winter coming involves a long list of things that need to be done before it freezes. And this coming weekend, we're going to have a 17-degree night. So I've been feeling that stress, and I'm reflecting on the fact that my father always was more stressy in the fall because he has a farm, and you have to winterize, and you have to prepare for the animals, and you have to prepare your equipment for the change in weather so that there's not damage done. And so whenever I am facing stress, I thought I'd talk about it today because I believe we all have these cycles of stress. Often there's certain patterns in our life, whether it's the holidays or school year or work deadlines that happen certain times of year. Often there's cycles where it gets more stressful in our life. And then when we're under stress, what is the actual source of the stress? And, as I do in this work, I'm always asking myself when I feel a sensation that's getting in the way, I ask, is it me? Is it someone else? Or is it something else? So last weekend when I was feeling stress, I asked myself that question because I was looking at my huge to-do list and I was feeling a little bit frozen around what do I do next? And it feels like too much. They're all things I want to do. They're all choices I've made. They're all wonderful if they weren't so many of them all at once. And I realized that predominantly it was me and me. It was my expectations on myself. And so what I did is I went back to this phrase that it's a mindset shift, right? I remember reading this in the runes 20 years ago. That phrase, it is do without doing and everything gets done. And I'm a real doer. I like to do stuff and have lists and accomplish because I'm an Enneagram 3. So do without doing and everything gets done is the mental mind shift, like the reminder I give myself. And then on Sunday, I actually looked at my list and realized I was sort of frozen and realized I had to just stop doing the list, stop everything and rest for a while. So I gave myself, and I rested for an hour, and I felt so much better and so much enlivened by what I was going to spend my time on next. I took care of my body so I could reduce the stress, and I shifted my mindset. And I also did some energy work. I looked at myself and said, is it me? Is it someone else? Is it something else? And I did notice that there was a bit of someone else's energy in my psychic space because I needed to get something to them, and it felt like deadline-y. And so I also noticed that I could lovingly send their energy back to them and reclaim my psychic space, and that also reduced my stress. So my invitation to you is, if you're feeling some stress, and we're in the middle of a eclipse window, right, and things are a little bit quirky, it's miscommunications and reactionary and stress at times. So if you are feeling some stress, notice what your tools are. Can you shift your mindset and say, do without doing and everything gets done? Or do you have another affirmation you say that helps you shift your mindset and let go of the stress? Can you look at yourself energetically and notice if it's you expecting from yourself or you feeling someone else's expectations from you, and do some healing around that? Can you let yourself rest? And lucky for me, I have a lavender farm. And even though it's a lot of work at times, one of my go-tos is to just actually be in contact with the lavender. So make smudge bundles where I'm holding the lavender and smelling it all the time, distill. And I was just going to say, use my Sweet Dreams Lavender Mist, which I did before making this video, because I'm still working on managing my stress from all that responsibility that is stuff I choose and also feels like a lot right now.